Y'all, welcome back to the channel, y'all. Boy, oh boy, what a victory. The Denver Nuggets come away with one of their best wins of the season. And why, might you ask? Because they may have virtually locked down the #1 seed in the Western Conference. Y'all, what's going on? I'm Swipa Cam. Welcome back to the channel. Make sure y'all hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. Hey, y'all know I like to put the glasses on after Denver Nuggets get a victory, and I have been wearing these an awful lot lately. The Denver Nuggets played a spectacular defensive game. They were locked in from start to finish. If anything, their offense had to catch up with their defense, but once it did, man, they kept rolling, and there was no way to stop the party once the party got going, y'all. The Denver Nuggets won 113-97 in one of their best defensive performances of 2023. One of their best defensive performances of 2023. They were completely and utterly locked in. Tonight, per Cleaning the Glass, the Denver Nuggets, in 96 possessions, held the Memphis Grizzlies to a 100 offensive rating, which is elite. The Denver Nuggets had a 116.5 offensive rating themselves today. The Denver Nuggets also held them to a 43.5% effective field goal percentage. The Nuggets also only let them shoot tonight 69% from the rim, but they themselves shot 73% from the rim versus them today. They completely kept them out of the paint. The Memphis Grizzlies tonight had 13 shots at the rim. That's it. They had 13 shots at the rim. The Denver Nuggets had twice that, had 16 shots. They made 19 of those shots at the rim. And their half-court offense, they had a 104.5 offensive rating in the half-court. They held the Memphis Grizzlies to an 89 or 87.9 offensive rating in the half-court. And they did what they were supposed to do. They took care of business all the way around. It was just an excellent game. The Denver Nuggets have been locking in and playing defense. And this is what happens when you do that. You know, people are asking questions all the time. Can the Nuggets defensive personnel hold up? Now, granted, the Memphis Grizzlies don't have a great offense. We're all aware of that. We all know that. But on the other side of this, the Denver Nuggets have also been getting better and better since basically the end of November defensively. And now you're seeing it. And today they played against Ja Morant and Jaren Jackson and Desmond Bane, and everybody showed up and did what they were supposed to do tonight. Man, we have really a lot of different performances to get to because a lot of different players played very well today that made really critical plays to help the Denver Nuggets win this game tonight in convincing fashion. And a lot of this starts with the core four. Now, I'm not going to lie to y'all, man. The core four is special. It really is. Now, when I reference the core four, I'm talking about Nikola Jokic, Jamal Murray, Michael Porter Jr., and Aaron Gordon. That is the Denver Nuggets core four. And tonight, they had some really, really, really good performances. Tonight, Nikola Jokic had his 25th triple-double of the season. 25th triple-double of the season. This is the 29th, an NBA record, 29th straight triple-double win. With this victory today, Nikola Jokic, when he's been in the lineup, the Nuggets improved to 42-14, which is a 75% win percentage, which is good for a 62-win pace in an 82-game season. Dominant. Jokic tonight, 18 points, 18 rebounds, 10 assists, 1 block, 7 of 10 from the 2-point line, 4 of 6 from free throw, a 71.2% true shooting, and he was a plus 16. Utterly dominant. Utterly dominant. Nikola Jokic was incredible today, and the thing that's not going to get talked about a lot is that Joker was dominant defensively. He was dominant as a passer, but he made it very difficult for Ja Morant to get into the paint, Desmond Bane to get into the paint, and anybody. Xavier Tillman, Jaren Jackson Jr., he made it extremely difficult. And again, it also shows that they were hedging and trapping for most of the night if they weren't playing drop covers to give Ja Morant some of those little floaters. and they only gave up 13 shots at the rim tonight. That's really good. You give up 13 shots at the rim, and you're playing up at the level on screening. And so maybe some of Jokic's decision-making tonight, because he only took 10 shots. He had 35 minutes, 18 points, 18 rebounds, 10 assists, 7 of 10 from the field. He was a plus 16. And maybe one of the reasons that he didn't take more shots tonight because he was working as hard as he was on defense. Because if you go back and you watch the film, there were multiple times where he was just getting really, really solid rotations in, causing a lot of issues for the Memphis Grizzlies penetration. Now, the Memphis Grizzlies don't have a good half-court offense as it is, so they already struggle with that. But today, the Nuggets were able to turn the volume up a lot because the Memphis Grizzlies actually have a decent offense. Half-court, they suck. Transition, they're very good. But the Nuggets held them to way below their season average in the transition today. And Nikola Jokic has a lot to do with that. He was really good playing up with KCP, playing up with Jamal Murray or Bruce Brown or whoever was in the lineup that was playing on Ja and Bane and them. Tonight, Ja Morant, he started off really well in the game, but he had 27 points and 10 assists and 4 rebounds. He shot 40% from the field and 8 of 20. 2 of 3 from 3, 9 of 11 from the free throw line, but he was a minus 15. Dylan Brooks, minus 20. Desmond Bane, 19 and 4, minus 7. Xavier Tillman, 11, 10 and 4, minus 17. Jaren Jackson at 15, 6 and 1. He played 31 minutes. He was a plus 3, but he staggered a lot with the bench. So, Ja Morant, minus 15 in his minutes tonight. Nikola Jokic, a plus 16 in his minutes. That stuff coincides, and there's a reason for that. A lot of that has to do with his defense. So really, really, really shout out to Nikola Jokic today for playing really good defense. Now, the thing that was probably the most irksome today is that Richard Jefferson was going out of his way to bring up the MVP conversation, to bring up Jokic in the MVP conversation, to bring up Giannis Antetokounmpo for no reason. Like, it's almost as if he just didn't want the moment to go by and for the world not to know that he thinks that Giannis Antetokounmpo and Nikola Jokic are playing at the same level this season. And I have made the argument, I don't think they are, but I've said this from the start of the year to now, that Jokic has been the best player in the NBA. I've said this repeatedly. I think Giannis is one of the 2 best players in the league. This season, you want to argue Embiid, Giannis, number 2. I have no issue with that. But on the season, it's just been great for him, but it's been even better for the other guy. And so Richard Jefferson today, he was just continuing to bring up the fact that Jokic is on the way to win 3 straight MVPs, yet he's not been to a finals yet. And he kept put pressure on the Denver Nuggets by saying, well, expectations have to be even higher because if they don't get it done this year, then we need to start thinking about them differently. We need to start looking at that team differently. We need to start looking at Jokic differently. And there's been this really weird narrative from the media to continue to try to put the Denver Nuggets in this weird spot, like they've disappointed in recent memory when they haven't had their guys. And the last time they were all together, they went to the conference finals ahead of schedule. So it was just really weird, but Jokic shut up everything today because he had 18, and 10 and played elite level defense. So, they can miss me with that. But it was a really, really, really good game. Really, really good game from Joker. Really, again, if you watch the game, you get it. If you didn't watch the game, highly suggest that you go back and you go and watch and see what happened for yourself because it was really special effort that he was given tonight defensively. Next guy we got to talk about, man, Michael Porter Jr. Michael Porter Jr. tonight had 26 points, 7 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 steal. No, he was only 2 of 7 from the 3-point line, 6 of 7 from 2 for 85.7%. 8 of 8 from the free throw line, though, a 74.2% true shooting, and he was a plus 10. Michael Porter Jr. was special the entire night. He was special the entire night. He was making plays. He was cutting to the basket, multiple times cutting to the basket. He was hustling. They updated his rebounds. Yeah, they gave him another rebound. So 26 and 7 or 26 and 8 now. They gave him another rebound. So shout out to that. They gave him another rebound. So 26 and 8 for Michael Porter Jr. They were hustling today. Michael Porter Jr. was cutting to the basket. He was making winning plays the entire night. And they do not win this game without Porter at all. He was excellent. Now, the thing about Porter is, in the first half, the Denver Nuggets were struggling offensively, period. And nobody was hitting shots. They started the game off 0 of 11 from 3. 0 of 11 from 3. And they were able to finally start turning it up in that third quarter. But, y'all, it was ugly. It was not pretty, man. The Nuggets just couldn't find their rhythm. I don't know what was happening. I don't know if they were rushing shots. Some of this has to do with the amount of length and the defense that they were playing tonight in Memphis. But the first half, the score was 50-58. And they had made like 1 3, I think. I think they made 1 3 or something like that. They were shooting 15% from 3. It was like 1 of 14, man. It was ugly. But they were still in the game, but it was just because they were playing good defense. The Grizzlies were getting a lot of free throws. The Nuggets were missing everything. And then at some point in time, it changed. And Porter, he started hitting those threes in the second half. He was driving to the basket, getting some and ones. He had a three-pointer that turned into a 4-point shot. I think Conchar might have fouled him on that shot. But Porter was great. He really was, man. I think that is just such an interesting thing. I've been in, Twitter spaces, and we've been arguing about role players and in the NBA and what they do. And, people are calling Michael Porter Jr. an elite level role player. I think that Michael Porter Jr. is a star level player that is settling into an elite level role because of what the team is asking for him. But again, 26-8, really good efficiency as well. And he's a part of the reason why the Denver Nuggets defense has been so much better lately, because of what he's able to do and how connected he's able to play with everybody. And the communication was really solid. And so really shout out to him. That was a really, really good game for Michael Porter Jr. I can't say enough, again, about how he bought in, about how he's committed to the process of playing winning basketball. And also, again, just what he's done to make sure the team is best situated and he's using his skill set in the best way possible. So Jamal Murray also had another incredible night. Jamal Murray in the fourth quarter especially turns it up. He had 22 points, 9 assists, 5 rebounds, 2 steals. He was 4 of 8 from 3 tonight. 4 of 8 from 3, and he was a +9. Well, Jamal, he was 11 points in the fourth quarter. Jamal had 11 points going into the fourth. And basically during the game, I said that this gives me the feeling of Jamal Murray versus the San Antonio Spurs in Game 2 in 2019 in the first round. And the reason was because Jamal Murray couldn't hit anything in the first 3 quarters. He started getting better as the game went on. But really, like when that first quarter started, he had 0 points. Jamal Murray had 0 points. And then he started turning it up after that. Had all 22 of his points in the second, third, and fourth quarter. But then once the fourth quarter came around, I mean, you know how Jamal works. Step backs, side steps. He was arguing with Dylan Brooks, his Canadian brother, and he just started doing a flurry. Now, he had some really tough three-pointers he made in the first half, like one where he was being shrouded by Dylan Brooks in the right corner, right in front of the Denver Nuggets bench, and there was no room. And Murray somehow was able to find a way to get himself positioned and just like arc the ball over Dylan, and it went nothing but net. But you know how Murray goes, man. Murray hits those shots with regularity. He's a tough shot maker. For some reason, he has tough shots better than his easy shots. We've been trying to figure this out for years since he came to Denver, but he did what he was supposed to do. And again, it cannot be understated how good of a playmaking season Jamal Murray's been having. 9 assists for Murray. 9 assists again for Murray. He hasn't shot super well since he came back from All-Star break. But one game at least with the Houston Rockets, but they're winning, and he's making winning plays. So, yeah, man, it's really, really, really big for Jamal Murray. It really was a really incredible game for him. And also, man, there's multiple other players. Aaron Gordon tonight had 13 points in 28 minutes and 5 rebounds, 5 of 10 from the field, 0 of 2 from 3. A really bad one, too, like a sidestep, like in transition. He was 3 of 3 from the free throw line, which was huge. Really started helping them capture the momentum in the second half. And then he was also a +9 tonight. Played really, really good defense versus Jaren Jackson. Played really good defense versus Ja when he got switched on to Ja. He did his job, and he showed up in some really huge ways. And so really good game from Aaron Gordon today. Like I said, man, that front line with Jokic, MPJ, Gordon, so long, a lot of athleticism, and they're just all able to work together in a really unique way. So shout out to AG. Off the bench tonight, we had a couple players, man, that we got to get to. First is Bruce Brown. Bruce Brown was playing better than Jamal Murray for different points in time in this game. Bruce Brown had 23 points, 15 points, 23 minutes rather, 15 points, 6 rebounds, 1 assist, 7 of 12 from the field, 1 of 3 from 3, 1 block, +10. Remember my rule. If you're +2 or -2, really good game. But if you're a +10, that's an exceptional game off the bench. Bruce Brown was incredible. He was getting to the rack. He was playing really good defense. He caught an amazing alley-oop from KCP today. Him, KCP, Christian Brown when he plays, having Aaron Gordon, again, Zeke Naji, Blocko at times, the Nuggets defensive core, including tonight Jamal Murray, played really good defense. The Nuggets defensive core is legit, and it's because of people like Bruce Brown. He's one of the main culprits for why it's so good. So really good game from him. Jeff Green, man, 4 points and 4 rebounds, 1 assist. He was only 1 of 6 from the field, but he had 3 blocks, including a chase down, momentum swinging block in transition. Really, really great. Really, really great game from him. He was a +14. Again, a +10 for Bruce and a +14 for Jeff. That's how you win by 16 points to get the number 2 seed in the Western Conference. Reggie Jackson had 1 point and 2 rebounds today, 0 of 7 from the field, 0 of 6 from 3, 1 of 2 from the free throw line. He was a +3 somehow. Jokic minutes, but he hasn't shot well at all. Like, I don't have any confidence in his shot when it goes up right now. None. I don't know. They're going to have to figure that out. Reggie Jackson had 19 minutes tonight. Thomas Bryant had 6 minutes, 2 points, and 3 rebounds. He was a -8. Now, granted, this was during the first stint. That first stint, the Denver Nuggets, when Jokic went out, it was 28-26. 28-26. By the time Joker came back in the game, the Nuggets were down, I want to say maybe like 10 points by the time he came back into the game. I mean, it was just like really, really bad basketball. Really bad basketball. Jokic went out at 28-26. Jokic and Aaron Gordon came back in with 7 minutes and 50 seconds left in the second quarter. And it was a 9-0 run for the Memphis Grizzlies before Jokic came back in. So he came back in down 7. And the Nuggets scored, I think, 1 point, maybe. 1 point when he went to the bench. They didn't have a field goal in the end of the first quarter when Jokic went out to the point where Jokic came back in for 7+ minutes. They didn't have a field goal for 7+ minutes. By the way, it was really ticky-tack fouls today. KCP had a lockdown performance versus Ja, a one-on-one situation where Ja was trying to get over a screen, and KCP wouldn't let him. And he literally had his arms out, and he was just bodying him, and Ja fell into him with his neck, and the referee called a foul. And it was just one of those plays, and I said this before the game. This game was going to be chippy, and the Nuggets were going to have to do a lot to overcome that chippiness because the Grizzlies are going to bark. Dylan Brooks and Nikola Jokic both got technical fouls at one possession at one point in time. Like, Aaron Gordon was battling with Jaren Jackson Jr., and Jaren was getting away with fouls. It was really physical. Aaron was about to dunk on Jaren Jackson. Jaren Jackson stuck his hand through the rim in order to prevent it and got a goaltend. Just a really, really chippy game. And it really set the discourse for how the game was going to go within the Nuggets because that's just what they do. They started pulling away. Tonight, the Denver Nuggets only shot 46% from the field on 40 of 87. The Grizzlies shot 37% from the field on 31 of 84. The Nuggets shot 26% from 3 on 8 of 31. 26% from 3 on 8 of 31, y'all. The Grizzlies shot 11 of 32 from 3 on 34%. The Nuggets shot terrible today. Terrible. Nuggets shot 81% from the free throw line on 25 of 31. The Grizzlies shot 77% on 24 of 31. The Nuggets only had 8 turnovers. Great job to the Grizzlies' 10. Again, you turn the ball over versus the Grizzlies, they're going to run and they're going to score. So you only have 8 turnovers. You severely limit their transition opportunity. The Nuggets had a lower assist today, 28 assists. And again, given how the pace of the game works, it's actually not bad. And 24 assists for the Grizzlies. The Nuggets clamped the rebounding battle 53-40 and had an offensive rebounding battle won 13-10. The Nuggets had 5 blocks to the Grizzlies 6. The Nuggets and the Grizzlies both had 6 steals. The Nuggets had 21 personal fouls to the Grizzlies 24. The Nuggets had 2 technicals to the Grizzlies 1. It was excellent. Just an excellent performance, an excellent defensive performance as well. So, yeah, the Denver Nuggets did what they were supposed to do. They were playing against a team that had a reason to win because now the Grizzlies are – let me check here. The Grizzlies, I think, might be 6 games back now. Yeah, the Grizzlies are now 6 games back in first place. The Nuggets are 45-19, tied with the second best record in the NBA with the Celtics at 45-19. The Bucks are now 45-17. They played 2 less games, and they won the Bucks have won 16 straight games. Insane. The Bucks have won 16 straight games. The Celtics have lost 1. They're 45-19. The Nuggets have lost 3. They've won 3 in a row, and the Nuggets they are. Let's see here. 1-3-1, 4-1, 4-2, 8-2, 8-3. They're 11-3 in their last 14 games. They're 11-3 in their last 14 games, which is really, really good. And again, a 6-game lead, and really a 7-game lead. A 6-game lead in the win-loss column, but it's really 7 games because now the Denver Nuggets have the tiebreaker. So there's like a 7-game difference. I mean, they could lose 6. And if they lost 6 and they tied at the end of the season, the Grizzlies still wouldn't have the 1 seed because the Nuggets won the tiebreaker. So a 6-game lead and a 7-game lead. And right now, the Kings are only 1 game back of the Grizzlies now. Only 1 game back of the Grizzlies for the 2nd seed. So that's going to be a dogfight. For real. That's going to be a real dogfight. By the way, I was going to figure out how to do this. But I want to go ahead and just let it be known. I am officially joining Mile High Sports. This has been a long time coming. I have been talking to Mile High Sports for a good amount of time now. We've just been working back and forth between what things were going to look like, what kind of content you were going to be getting. And we finally, came to an agreement that works for everybody. So I will officially be joining Mile High Sports. You will see me 8 to 10 times a month making content for Mile High Sports with Ryan Blackburn and the Denver Nuggets and Cody Rourke and the Denver Broncos. So it's going to be a lot of content. You think you get a lot of content from me now, you're going to get even more going forward, including in the offseason. And so this is going to be a really great opportunity. And I'm really thankful for Mile High Sports, Nate Lundy, the owner of Mile High Sports, and then the rest of the team over there as well. So it's been a long time coming, man. It's been a long time coming. Like we have really started from the bottom. If you remember this, we started this channel basically just with a computer, and we had a little beep episode. I don't know, drop it in the chat if you remember the beep episode. Like I don't even know if some of y'all were there for that by that point in time, but we literally like we was cooking, and there was like the oven was going off in the back and all that kind of stuff. Like we've had technology issues, all kind of stuff, man, but we have just steadily been growing. We're on the way to 10,000 subscribers on YouTube. We just crossed 16,100 followers on Twitter. We're building, all together, y'all, there's over 25,000 people with YouTube and with my social media accounts, over 25,000 people being touched by the Swipa platform. And it's because of you all. So, I can't thank y'all enough for just going on the journey and just helping us all to get here and us all benefiting from having great content. And then the stuff that, like all kind of stuff. And somebody said, like Greg says, I've had some real up and downs with y'all. That's facts. Steve said, I remember you going live at times during the day. Yeah, I mean, I'm talking about like looking for houses and apartments and all kind of stuff. I would like stop and all that kind of stuff. And like, I'll pull over, that we would be talking about stuff. So again, man, all this means is more content. So, you all are going to continue to get what you get in the post-game breakdowns and have incremental videos and the interviews that you get for like Jason Timp and other people, but you're going to get more and more content as well. So we're going to continue to go up from here, man, because there's a long way to go. But y'all, like I said, officially with Mile High Sports, and it's going to be a great opportunity. And I'm not gonna lie, y'all, really warm welcome too, man. Like the tweet even has been seen by over 270,000 times. The other one on their side has been seen over 330,000 times. So yeah, man, like we have just been moving and grooving together. And so, like I said, we did it together. This platform, every one of you, we've done this together. And we've done this while the Denver Nuggets have been rising and stuff as well. So it's a huge deal for everybody involved. And I'm super, super excited to continue to make even better content for y'all because we got a lot of ways that we're going to continue to get better and keep coming up. The Denver Nuggets got a huge win tonight, and that really should continue to help shape the rest of the season with about 17 or so games left. So this is going to be a great opportunity for them to continue to push forward, get healthy for the playoff, get locked in for the playoff, make sure they're good to go, make sure they got everything that they need, make sure they're in rhythm, make sure they're playing together, the chemistry and stuff is tight, all that stuff. So, man, it's going to be a great run. They got the 76ers coming up at home, the Bucks coming up at home. They got the Kings twice, I think, or once or twice more. They're going to have who else is coming? They got the Bulls coming in. They got Toronto. They're going to have to play still. I mean, there's some really big games coming up. Now, they are secure, though, for the most part. So they're going to really be managing their game really carefully. But they're going to have some real opportunity to get some really important wins down the stretch. So, Swipa gang, love y'all. Y'all my people. Hit that subscribe button. Hit the like button. We are on the way to 10,000 subscribers. Hey, I will see y'all soon. We out.